Country for the United Arab Emirates and the Federal Democratic of Ethiopia. More than 460 beneficiaries of the Mangwaneni Soup Kitchen stand to be affected after the Mbabane municipality halted support to the area where the facility is located. Ministry of Health Mental Health expert Cindy Sobembe has called for more support to reduce the number of pupils and college students across the country committing suicide. And now the news in detail. His Majesty King Mswati III has left the country for the United Arab Emirates and the Federal Democratic of Ethiopia. His Majesty departed the kingdom accompanied by Inkosikazi Mage Lamahlangu.
His Majesty King Mswati III departed through the King Mswati III International Airport, where Maswati came out in numbers to bid His Majesty farewell. His Majesty the King and Ingwenyama was accompanied by Inkosikazi Mage Lamahlangu. The King has departed for the United Arab Emirates, where His Majesty is expected to attend the World Government Summit. His Majesty will then proceed to the Federal Democratic of Ethiopia, where the King will attend the 38th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of the African Union. Also present at the airport to witness His Majesty's takeoff were the Inkosikazi to His Majesty, the royal family, the Prime Minister, members of the cabinet, chiefs, and senior government officials. Maswati made sure they come in numbers to wish His Majesty a safe journey and a successful weekend visit. On the news, I'm Kolile Mazia at the King Mswati III International Airport.
More than 460 underprivileged children who relied on the Mangwaneni Soup Kitchen for meals and education have been left stranded after the Mbabane municipality halted support to the area where the facility is located. This follows an ongoing dispute over whether Mangwaneni falls under the jurisdiction of the Mbabane municipality or the Mangwaneni Royal Kraal. The municipality has also suspended waste collection and disposal services in the Mangwaneni area.
Out of the more than 460 children affected, 400 depend on the soup kitchen for meals, while over 60 were enrolled in the Early Childhood Development Program. With the Mbabane municipality halting support to the Mangwaneni area, services such as waste collection have also been suspended. Residents of the area have shared their views on the matter, expressing concerns that they were not warned about the service suspensions. They fear that this development will disrupt the children's future. The Chief Executive Officer of the Municipal Council of Mbabane, Gcinwe Fakuthi, explains the municipality's decision to halt the support in the Mangwaneni area.
So the issue of contention is whether Mangwaneni, the area around it, is in the urban area. And that is still an issue we are seeking guidance on, because on the Gazette it is within the urban area. So as we stand right now, the issues of security around council continually going into Mangwaneni to give service was getting heightened. So each time we would go to deliver a service, the staff, our assets would worry about the security of the people who are sending into Mangwaneni, because there are people that strongly believe that Mangwaneni is not within the urban area. And in a sense, by continuing to go in, you could be seen as inciting violence. But if council is not responsible for Mangwaneni equally, we will take guidance on how council should operate and give services to the people that reside in Mangwaneni. So where we are hoping that we will sit with the Mangwaneni community and dialogue with a meaningful solution coming out on how we proceed going forward. One of the functions and the services that council was giving to and continues to want to give in the area in Mangwaneni is a social center. It had an ECCD center. As well, the people that we sent there as council to work in Mangwaneni, we've got to be able to speak beyond certainty that they are safe as well. While the community has continued to make sure that they are safe, as council, when there's a war at the top and people are also contending that we are not in town, you can't keep sending staff into that area. You can't still be sending municipal vehicles to service an area where the residents believe they are not within the urban area. So as far as the children are concerned, we are hopeful that we will resolve this fast because the donors and the partners that council has found to support us to continue to support the over 400 children that we feed in the Mangwaneni Social Center, they need the service.
The Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Urban Development, Dr. Simon Zwane, confirms that the matter has been brought to the Ministry's attention. He adds that they will look into it. For Eswatini TV News, Fortune Dlangamandla, Mangwaneni.
SEDCO Managing Director Ketu Mhlanga says the business incubation program is improving with startup businesses using social media, innovation and technology to grow their businesses. Mhlanga was speaking during a tour of Master Carpentry Eswatini, a business under the UNCUSA program.
SEDCO is implementing a business incubation program for startup businesses. On Monday, SEDCO paid a visit to Master Carpentry Eswatini to relaunch the company. SEDCO Managing Director Ketu Mhlanga says it is so encouraging to see small medium enterprises digitizing their businesses.
Kwanyano sina 123 wabosomabhizinisi kuto tonke letindzawo. Lesikubonako ngakho basitshengisile ukuthi bona njengentsha abakade beki phasi bakhuthalele umsebenzi wabosomabhizinisi.
Mhlanga says Master Carpentry Eswatini has grown massively in 2 years through the use of technology, whereas Master Carpentry Eswatini Director Thabiso Zwane echoed the MD's sentiments on the importance of social media and technology to grow a business.
Lokusitile sakhula simkhanvas eSwatini sathola nale exposure esesitholile so far i-internet social media. So iCanvas eSwatini basically it's home decor. Sena ema-canvas titfombe tebantfu mhlawumbe nema-portraits langathandwa ngaSwati.
He says through the use of social media, their client base has grown, whereas SEDCO, amongst other projects, is implementing Tsijange Biznisi and the Entrepreneur of the Year to develop SMEs, amongst other projects. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I'm Samgal Sibekoza with Temba Shabangu, Manzini.
Following reports of students and learners taking their own lives due to various reasons, Ministry of Health, mental health experts and focal person Cindy Sopembe has pointed out that a major contributing factor is the lack of proper support when students and pupils face challenges. Some of these suicide cases involve pupils and students across the country.
If that person or that child is being bullied, it would be difficult maybe to speak up, or you find that people around that person or that child that are seeing that this person is being bullied, they're not helping. Instead, they're probably also laughing at whatever is going on. So that child will definitely be overwhelmed. You may also find that maybe there are issues back at home that they have no control. They have no control over issues such as maybe some sort of domestic abuse that is going on, that they cannot maybe say something or speak up about it, or issues of maybe poverty. You know, you find that that child is maybe going to school without anything to eat, and that will be overwhelming. It will be an overwhelming situation for that child. So there can be quite a number of issues that are going on, and you find that the child will not be able to speak up and get the help. Thoughts, you find that that child is possibly going to be isolating themselves, meaning they don't want to sit with other children, or they're not sitting with their siblings, or they're not sitting with their family members when they are back at home. You'll find that they are choosing to maybe stay in the bedroom and not mingle with the rest of the family, or they'll be sitting outside and not wanting to be with other people. You may also find that that child is also talking about, you know, a death, they'll be speaking something like people that are dead are better off than us that are, alive. Or they'll be doing research. They were asking in a non-direct manner, to ask that if somebody were to kill themselves or if somebody were to end their lives, what would be the best thing that they would use? Because we're not aware that this person has suicidal ideation or suicide thoughts, you'll just offer answers to that or suggestions to that, and for them they'd be actually making research and finding out which would be the best.
Mbelebeleni umphakathi, which is under the late Prince Gqokoma, has taken legal action to halt a project by Microprojects, including Induna, Themba, Gininza, among others. The umphakathi seeks a court order to stop the allocation of land to people on Farm 949 in the Manzini region. Prince Phuzukuvela filed the court application on behalf of the Mbelebeleni umphakathi at the High Court.
Prince Phuzukuvela of Mbelebeleni umphakathi wants Induna Themba Gininza to explain why he should not be jailed for 30 days over the violation of a court order issued by the High Court in 2023. He says this prayer could be suspended if Induna Gininza respects the court order issued by the High Court. The prince also wants Induna Gininza, Microproject and Ickleworth Construction to pay the cost of taking the matter to court. The prince demands that Microproject, the Ickleworth company, along with Induna, be removed. He further stated that Induna Gininza and Sijwejwe Mnisi must be interdicted from using the structure that is being constructed. The prince wants to ensure that if these individuals do not respect the court order, the police must enforce it. At the time of compiling the report, the court was still in session. For Eswatini TV News, Fortune Dlangamandla, High Court.
The Eswatini construction industry sector has grown by 0.2%, with the construction of the Mbageni Dam boosting it. This is according to a performance report of the construction sector for the 2023-2024 financial year issued by the Eswatini Construction Industry Council.
The Eswatini Construction Industry Council has released a report on the performance of the construction industry during the 2023-2024 financial year. The report says the Eswatini construction sector grew by 0.2%, reaching 2.6 billion emalangeni, with the activities including the Mbageni Dam boosting the sector. However, the industry has lagged behind overall economic performance. Economist Thembinkosi Dube says there are areas of concerns, including the rapid rise in cement imports.
We are still concerned about the level of imports that we use in the construction sector. I'll just mention one, which is cement. We still import a lot of tons of cement from South Africa. Whilst this is good in terms of SA being our trading partner, but we should also look at opportunities as the Maswati of maybe manufacturing cement, or a way to get whatever we can use in terms of we can create and manufacture. Let me use that in the construction industry that will contribute to the economy. Otherwise, it's a good report and you applaud the contribution to the economy.
The report also says the total workforce decreased by 3.6% from the previous year, when it had 11,492 employees, and that the total number of projects registered increased by 63% for the 2023-2024 financial period to 5.6 billion emalangeni from 3.4 billion emalangeni in the 2022-2023 financial year. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I'm Samkalsiwe Khoza, Babane.
Valuers say there is no way they can hike the value of property for the sake of getting a high commission. This follows complaints from some realtors that valuers play a part in the hike of property prices. We spoke to two property valuers, Thabani Dlamini of Consortium Projects, Pty Ltd, and Bongani Zwane of Springbok Property Valuations, who have been in the industry for some time. The valuers shared their sentiments when stating how the Eswatini Property Valuation Bill will assist them as they do business.
There has been a concern from eMaswati that real estate agents and valuers hike prices for their own benefit, making houses and land expensive. The Eswatini Realtors Association has applauded government for the Eswatini Property Valuations Bill, saying it will better regulate valuers.
By establishing a regulated framework for property assessments, we believe it will align valuations used by banks, agents, and other stakeholders. This will help bridge the gap between listed prices and bank valuations, potentially increasing buyer confidence and access to financing. Another thing is that the bill could also reduce disputes over property prices. We believe it will promote fair market prices and contribute to a more stable and predictable real estate sector.
On the other hand, valuers have explained how they work.
As valuers, we do our work, which is doing the valuation, and then we would give it to whosoever has instructed us. For instance, an individual can come and say he or she wants a valuation done on a property that he or she intends buying or is selling. So we have to advise that particular person on how much that property can go for in the market.
Our main task is to interpret the market. So it's no way that we get to just make up prices. We interpret the market and get to a position of giving an informed opinion in terms of the current market values at the time.
The valuers have also welcomed the property valuation bill, saying when passed into law, the act will ensure proper regulation as it will bring accountability amongst other things. For Eswatini TV News, Nelson Dlangamandla, Vuminkosi Nzinisa, Babane.
The Commissioner of Cooperatives and the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Trade, Russell Ngumalo, says they are in the process of initiating the liquidation for Asidle Sonke Cooperative as its liabilities exceed its assets, rendering it insolvent by approximately 4.2 million emalangeni. In a press statement, the Commissioner of Cooperatives says other grounds for the liquidation of Asidle Sonke Cooperative is that it does not hold a valid license from the FSRA. The statement further states that the Commissioner and the FSRA are receiving a high volume of complaints against Asidle Sonke for failure to honor its obligations towards members. The inability of Asidle Sonke to honor its obligations to its members is a sign of insolvency, is also a reason for the intended liquidation. Asidle Sonke has also failed to provide a detailed analysis of its bank withdrawals for the 2023 to 2024. The members were warned to desist from withdrawing the members' funds at Nedbank and Building Society. The statement says failure to follow this directive from the ministry will attract penalties of up to 100,000 malangeni or a prison sentence of no more than a year or both. And now let's go for a commercial break and we'll be right back. After that, we'll have a look at our financial indicators.
Introducing Cousin Celeste's latest look. And these are the best part. They are limited edition.
Like me. Get Barto school shoes for only 70 emalangeni when you spend 350 emalangeni or more. Buy 1 kg Spar Daily Spread Tub for just 34.99. Or 2-liter Spar ice cream. Buy any two for only 110 emalangeni.
And that's why we shop at Spar.
Standard Bank.
And moving on with the news tonight, one way of eliminating the stigma associated with epilepsy is to improve local schools to be epilepsy smart and have epilepsy rooms for when pupils experience seizures. This has been said by the Eswatini Epilepsy Organization's National Director, Abraham Njalinjali.
Countries under the United Nations every February 10 commemorate International Epilepsy Day to raise awareness about epilepsy. On Monday, in commemoration of the day, the Eswatini Epilepsy Organization held a press conference where persons with epilepsy narrated challenges faced. The organization's national director, Abraham Jalinjali, says, amongst other interventions, they are advocating for epilepsy-smart schools.
Those in solidarity with persons with epilepsy join in taking a step against epilepsy stigma. In addition to awareness raising, the International Epilepsy Day is meant to, 1, provide a platform for persons with epilepsy to share their stories and experiences as they have already shared. It is meant to encourage people to advocate for legislation that protects the rights of persons with epilepsy.
Persons with epilepsy, when sharing their experiences and challenges, said stigma is still at the core of their challenges.
bathi bangadiscover ukuthi wena unalesifo sekuwe bese sebazama indlela yokukuxosha labanye bakuxosha there and there.
Jana ama-chronic seizures labathi a-acta fast kakhulu uthuka umuntu usekakanyalo immediately but le-slow seizure la umbona umuntu ukhona sabuka same era umbone muva ukuthi lona usisha kahle kahle.
This says one way to eliminate the epilepsy stigma is to continue raising awareness so eMaswati can be made aware that having epilepsy does not equal to mental illness. On that note, the Kingdom of Eswatini is amongst few countries in Africa that are doing well in advocating for the welfare of persons with epilepsy. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I'm Samkal Swekoza with Temba Shabangu, Manzini.
And moving on to sports, the Chief Executive Officer of the Sports and Recreational Council, Darius Lomo, says he wishes to see the Lubombo Marathon grow to the point where it can offer entry tickets to major international competitions. Lomo was speaking on behalf of the Minister of Sports, Honorable Bongani, during the official launch of the Lubombo Marathon for the 2025 edition, which was held at Simunya Country Club.
That is the Athletics Club will host a marathon which will be categorized in 3 race distances in 42.2 kilometers, 21.1 kilometers, and 10-kilometer fun run.
And we can only implore TZD to ensure, do all that they can do together with the Athletics Association of Eswatini to make sure that they grow this marathon to be qualifiers for international competition. That is very important from the government sports point of view.
Sifiso Mkoko, the Vice President of Athletics Eswatini, expressed his excitement about seeing teams progressing in hosting competitions such as the Lubombo Marathon. This year, the Royal Eswatini Sugar Corporation sponsors the event with 80,000 Amalangeni. Nick Jackson, the company's director, stated that they recognize the importance of continuously supporting sports in the country.
We have 14 sporting codes at RES, athletics being one of them. We believe in the youth as well, getting the youth out and out from doing things they shouldn't be doing. So we do see sport as an important part of developing children, skills, and the community. So we're very happy once again to be sponsoring and to be helping. We'll sponsor to the value of 60,000 towards the event. And we'll also put in another 20,000 for our athletics team to come and run. And
Zakele Dlamini, TZD President, expressed gratitude to all partners, especially sponsors, acknowledging the crucial role the financial support plays in making the event a success.
It's not a joke, as it costs a lot of money. This year's race budget is sitting at 460,000 Amalangeni. We have tried all we can to keep the budget low, while we don't compromise the standard of the race. So to make it fun and exciting to run as well as attracting international runners. We still need more sponsors to achieve this. And we humbly request all the business community to come on board and take a stake to partner with us as we aspire to bring the world to the Lubombo region.
Stembilis Melane, the CEO of Stegi Town Board, stated that the event contributes to the town's growth, particularly in bringing people together as the marathon will be hosted in Stegi. Other sponsors of the event include Dixie's International, NTT International, Good Shepherd Hospital, Tabankulu Estate and Mula Sports. The marathon is scheduled to take place on April 5 this year. Reporting for Eswatini TV Sports, I'm Linda Dlamini, Babane.
And now here's a look at our weather update. Before I go, here's a reminder of our headlining stories. His Majesty King Mswati III has left the country for the United Arab Emirates and the Federal Democratic of Ethiopia. More than 460 beneficiaries of the Mangwaneni soup kitchen stand to be affected after the Mbabane municipality halted support to the area where the facility is located. Ministry of Health mental health expert Cindy Sobembe has called for more support to reduce the number of pupils and college students committing suicide. And with that, it's a wrap from myself and the team. Thank you for your company. Take care.